Hey there, thanks for joining us for our midweek devotional. We're really glad that you've been able to join us for these last, 11 weeks. We've been doing this now. We started in Psalm 1 and we've skipped around a bit, but we're up to Psalm 15 here now. For the summer, we're going to press pause on this midweek devotional, mostly because a great number of you, if you're a part of Park Avenue Bible Church, are now a part of house churches. If you're not a part of a house church and you're watching this video and you're from Melfort, we would love to plug you into one of ours. Feel free to give us a call at the office. Our cell phone numbers are on our website there. We would love to get you plugged in. And if by chance we're still not able to meet by the time September rolls around, we'll pick up this midweek devotional again. But because we want to encourage you to get to home churches, and we would really love to see that, so we'll push pause on this video series so that you can partake together with others. It's just a really great thing we're doing, and we really want to encourage you to do that. For today, it's Psalm 15, so I'll read it out here for us. Who may worship in your sanctuary, Lord? Who may enter your presence on your holy hill? Those who lead blameless lives and who do what is right, speaking the truth from sincere hearts. Those who refuse to gossip or harm their neighbors or speak evil of their friends. Those who despise flagrant sinners and honor the faithful followers of the Lord and keep their promises even when it hurts. Those who lend money without charging interest and who cannot be bribed to lie about the innocent. Such people will stand firm forever. This is one of my favorite Psalms. It's going to be really hard not to turn this video into one of those 20-minute marathons I had before. But I would just like to walk through each one of those lines and kind of highlight something here for you. The thing I really like about this psalm is it clearly shows the type of person that is going to be a part of the kingdom of God, the citizen of the kingdom of God. In the New Testament, the Sermon on the Mount gives us a really great picture of the citizen of the kingdom of God. I think Psalm 15 is like a forerunner to Matthew 5, 6, and 7. It gives us an idea of who is a citizen in the kingdom of God. Who may worship in your sanctuary, Lord? Who may live on your holy hill? So who's a part of your kingdom, right? And then he goes into the description of that person. Those who lead blameless lives and who do what is right, speaking the truth from sincere hearts. I don't know about you, but I've heard the phrase, to be honest, a lot these days. It's one of the buzz catchphrases we've been dealing with. To be honest, meaning normally I lie. I don't know. But it's funny how we say to be honest, as if that was something special that I'm giving to you. The person in the kingdom of God is always honest. They're a person who speaks the truth from a sincere heart. They refuse to lie. They live a blameless life. They do what is right, and they speak the truth from their hearts. There's no need to say, to be honest, with those people, because they're always honest. They speak the truth. They also refuse to gossip or harm their neighbors or speak evil of their friends. Again, I don't know about you, but gossip seems to be something that weaves its way in and out of my life from time to time. At times, I feel like there are times in my life where I feel like I'm fighting the idea of a person rather than the reality of the person, based on the information that I've heard from other people. He said this, she said that, he did this, he did that, why did they do that? And rather than actually talking to the person like we should, we end up gossiping and we end up talking about them in a way that we wouldn't talk about them in front of other people. We actually do harm to people when we do that. And we speak evil of our friends behind their backs when we're frustrated with them. Personally, this is a problem for me, especially when I get frustrated with someone that I love and that I know and who I know knows better. It's really easy to go vent off to somebody else based on my frustration. The Bible here is saying that those who are part of the kingdom of God refuse to gossip. They won't do that. They won't harm their neighbors. They won't speak evil of their friends. There's a loyalty about a citizen of the kingdom of God. It's not like you pump up people unnecessarily. It's that you understand them. You know them. You know what God requires of you. You know that you're not to speak evil of anybody or harm people behind their backs. So you just don't participate. It's not a big principled stand, although sometimes it needs to be. It's just, I'm not that way. I don't talk about people behind their backs. I don't harm my friends. I don't harm my neighbors. That's it. That's who I am. In verse 4, it says, those who despise flagrant sinners. This was a tough line for me. I had to do a little bit of research about this because Jesus clearly says we need to love people. We need to love everybody. And we need to be people who are known by their love for one another. In my research, I kind of discovered the thing that I maybe somewhat knew all along, which was that you don't despise the person, you despise what they do. Unfortunately, there are a number of people in our world, maybe in your life, I know that I have a few in mind, whose lives are so characterized by the evil that they have in them that they are an evil person. And that's the kind of person you need to draw a line with and say, I can't be with you because the temptation to sin, the way that I am around you, it's not honoring to God. I need to separate myself from that person. I think you know what I mean. I don't mean that you hate that person. You despise what they do. Unfortunately, if it colors who they are so much, you have to draw a line and say, I just can't be a part of your company right now. Hopefully later, if some things change, but right now, I'm not able to do that because my relationship with God is that much more important. And I need to prioritize that. And being around that person is actually causing you to be a worse person, a poorer believer, someone who does things that they would be ashamed of if God confronted them with them. So it's not that you despise the person. You despise the things in them that are evil, and at times need to separate yourself from that person. They honor the faithful followers of the Lord. That is kind of the opposite. You despise the despicable, you honor the honorable. You are able to spend more time in fellowship with people in your life who love the Lord, who venerate him, who live according to the codes that he's given to us, and who love each other. We can spend more time with those people. They build us up. We build them up. And we're able to love one another without any evil influence penetrating us. They keep their promise even when it hurts. I think that's a pretty self-evident one. That's a difficult one, especially when we get confronted all the time with commitments. We live a busy life, maybe not so much in the coronavirus time, but we definitely have busier lives. And it's important that when we make an oath, that we keep it. We let our yes be yes and our no, no. If we say we're going to be somewhere, we be at that place. If we say we will do this or we won't do this, then we follow through on that. At times, it will hurt. At times, it will cost us. And yet the citizen of the kingdom of God keeps those commitments, keeps those words, even though it costs them something. It's more important to keep that promise because that's the person that you are as a citizen of the kingdom of God. I fully admit I fail at this a lot. I almost always am trying to juggle different commitments and appointments and things that I said I'd do and things that I say I'd try not to do. And sometimes, and there's almost always a reason to do or not to do that thing. And yet it's clear that the standard of the person who lives in the kingdom is that they keep their oath even when it hurts and causes damage and maybe costs you money or time in something that you would rather not do. But it's important to follow out the promise that we make to people and to the Lord, obviously. Who lend their money without charging interest and who cannot be bribed to lie about the innocent. I'm not sure if you're a money lender or not, but it can be a pretty specific command. Back in the day, there are a lot of laws about usury and interest. Perhaps that's what David is reminding us of. For us, I think it's more important that we remember that when we loan something, when we borrow something to somebody, we need to realize that we are recipients of amazing things on behalf of the Lord. If we loan something to somebody, let's not worry so much about whether or not we're going to get paid back. Let's give generously. Let's not write down everything that everybody ever owed us. Let's not keep long records of things that have happened to us that we wish went differently. Let's be people of grace who are ready and willing and able to forgive debts or possessions or whatever else. And then finally, I just love the last line: such people will stand firm forever. I won't sing it this week, but there's a song about that called Not Be Shaken, right? And it's a really popular one. We've sung it in our church a lot. But he who does these things will never be shaken. If you can follow out the codes and the principles of Psalm 15, you will be on an unshakable foundation, because that is the foundation of Jesus. That's how he lived his life. That's how he showed us to live his life. That's how we can live as citizens of the kingdom. If you take Psalm 15 and pair it up with Matthew 5, 6, and 7, you have such a great picture of what a citizen of the kingdom of God looks like. I would encourage and exhort you to be that man or be that woman. Be a solid citizen of the kingdom. God bless you. Thank you so much for joining us for this series. We're looking forward to seeing you in a house church and, Lord willing, in September as a big church. Have a great day.